My only objective is to say, did I leave Huntsville Center for Technology a better place than it was when I found it?
And what's the answer?
The answer is still yet to be told. I'll let someone else answer that question.
I have worked at the Huntsville Center for Technology for 21 years, and you know, to be honest, when we first heard Mr. Turner was coming over, you know, it was kind of concerning. It was changed. We didn't know how, you know, everything was going to go, but he came in. He was very supportive of the students and the instructors, and like I say, he was very encouraging. You know, Mr. Turner was a good boss.
I've been with the school system for 35 years. I came in as a counselor at Ed White. 1990, I came over to the Huntsville Center for Technology as a counselor. Was hired in the middle of that year to become career tech director. In 1993, superintendent asked me to come over to the Huntsville Center for Technology as interim administrator when Mr. Calvarese left.
You know, just to see him in the morning and to always come by your room to make sure everything going okay. Yes, yes, I will miss Mr. Turner. Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
Well, Mr. Turner, whenever people come around with these ideas, yeah, he could easily just say, oh, we don't have time for this, or it's not a good idea. I've heard the word visionary. He was wise enough to see what was good for the, number one, always for the kids, number two, for the school, and he could see that, and he was willing to put the effort and the time, and a lot of his extra time into making those things happen.
You know, a lot of people give me credit for, you know, you've done this and you've done that. It's not been me, it's been the teachers. They've been the ones who've been down in the trenches working with the kids, helping to keep them focused and pointing them in the direction that they should go in.
You know, as he's leaving, I thought to myself, what a way to go out. When you have been in education over 30-something years, 34 years, and every single person was sad that you were leaving. What a tribute to him and to his leadership, and as an educator, the students crying because he was leaving.
You know, after 41 years in education, the greatest moments I've ever had, I can say, was truly at the Huntsville Center for Technology. I came here to stay 1 year, and I stayed 7.
Mr. Turner's always been very excited about what we do at the tech school, and the way his excitement, it just makes you want to do bigger and better things.
I've seen kids leave here, go to college, but I've also seen kids leave here, go directly into business and industry and get very high-paying jobs. At one time, we had kids coming back during our awards day, and they come back and show our teachers checks where they made $75,000, $80,000 a year.
What he did for these kids and the way he was there for these kids and the projects, you know, you can't measure that.
There have been some difficult times at the Center for Technology. Certainly the Lee High School bus accident was a tragic time for all of us.
As a staff, when we had tragedy here, he was leading the pack of comfort and love and support. So he would act like he had a hard facade. The man has a huge heart.
I often tell my wife that if I knew that accident was going to happen, I would have retired a week before then.
He had the biggest heart.
You know, Thanksgiving Day, I was at the hospital. My wife said, "Are you going up there on Thanksgiving Day?" I said, "Yes, there's no celebration." We did what we needed to do to comfort those parents, to do whatever had to be done. You know, we planted a tree out there, and every now and then I see a faculty member walk by and look at the tree and look at the headstone down by the tree, and they'll stand there for a minute, and you know, who knows what's going through their mind, and they'll walk on by. And periodically I'll walk by and look at the stone out there that commemorates those students. But that's a constant reminder of those students.
He was a friend. He was a confidant. He was someone that you could go in and talk to. I mean, he had a heart.
Even though I'm going to be gone physically, mentally, I'm going to still be a part of what's going on over in that Huntsville Center for Technology.
The Huntsville Center for Technology is a better place because of Mr. Turner.